In this lecture, we will discuss about variables, operators, expressions, and statements. A variable is a named location used to store data in the memory. It is helpful to think of variables as a container that holds data which can be changed later in the program. Values are stored in a computer memory like this. We can express this memory location in this fashion. Assume that I'm going to store a number 8.5 in this memory location. This is a unique memory location. It is expressed as x34, and another number is 44. I'm going to store in another memory location that's called as x35. The programs need a way to keep track of all these values. They do this using something called variables. A variable is a named location in memory. Python keeps track of variables in a separate area of memory from the values. We might have a variable shoe size as well as going to illustrate like this. I'm going to use the variable name, and this is shoe size, and that stores the memory location as x34, and that means the shoe size is referred to this memory location. That means it has a value called 8.5. The same way, we may have a variable, another variable name, and this is an age. Okay, and it has a memory location x35, and it is referred to this memory location. So it has a value called 44. The nice thing about Python is that you don't have to worry about which particular memory address are chosen. Python will keep track of all these for you. In fact, you can't even pick up which memory address are used. However, it is really helps to keep this model in mind when you are programming. Here is some terminology we are using for to declare the variable. The terminology is like this. A value has a memory address. A value has a memory address, and a variable contains a memory address. A variable refers to a value, and a variable point to a value. In this previous example, you can see that the value 8.5 has a memory address ID 34, and the variable shoe size contains the memory address of 34. The value of the shoe size is, then we can say that it is 8.5, and the shoe size refers to the value to 8.5, and also it points to the value 8.5. Let's see an example. Here we are going to declare a variable called number and assigning a value using the assignment operator, that's is equal to, with a value called 10. And let's see what should be the value corresponding to the variable called number. Definitely it has value called 10. Here we have created a variable named number and assigned the value 10 to this variable. You can think of variables as a bag to store books in it, and the bag book can be replaced at any number anytime. So we can use the same variable and we can assign another value called 11, and now the value is changed to 11. And if again I'm going to use the same variable and assign another value called 1.1, and let's see what should be the value corresponding to the variable called number. You can see that its value is 1.1. Initially the value of number was 10 and later it is changed to 11 and then it changed to 1.1. Let's see another example corresponding for assigning a multiple values to multiple variables. So I'm going to declare three variables a comma b comma c, which is equal to 5 comma 3.2 comma and another string is hello. So let's print the value corresponding for the variable. You can see a has the value 5 and let's see should be the value corresponding for b, it is 3.2, and what about c, and it is a string called hello. If you want to assign the same value to multiple variables at once, and it can be possible like this: x equal to y equal to z, and which has the same value called same. If we going to print the value corresponding for to x, it is same, and it is to y, it is same, it is z, again it is same y. You have seen how to evaluate the expressions. We are going to show you how to remove the results of these expressions so that you can use those values later. We are going to explore this idea by calculating the areas of some triangles. Let's draw a triangle. As I remember, if I happen to know the height of a triangle, you might happen to know the length of the base. So this is the base of the triangle. Then the area of triangle can be calculated like this. That means the height into base divided by 2. Assume that the height equal to 12 and the base equal to 20. Definitely we can calculate the area, which is equal to 12 into 20 divided by 2. Let's go to the explore this idea in Python. How already know that it's evaluated using Python like this. If you have a value 12 into 20 divided by 2, definitely we will get the answer as 120. But since we have decided to calculate these values or those values of a couple of triangles, so we are actually going to show how to introduce these weights, base and height to be represent these values. Here comes the relevance of variables. So we are going to declare the two variables. One variable is height, and which is assigned as value 12, and next variable is assigned as what, 20. Definitely it is assigned, and the area can be declared as a variable called area, and the expression can be calculated with respect to that variable height into base divided by 2, and let's print the value of area. We'll got the answer as 120. Let's see what will happen if we are going to change the value of the variable called height to 5 and base equal to 10, and now we are going to execute this statement. Note again, writing the statement. Instead, we are going to print area. Usually it shows the new area value. Every assignment statement has the form of variable is and expressions. Here are the rules for executing an assignment statement, and you should do your best to memorize this because this is going to come up over and over in the course. Step 1. Evaluate the expression on the right hand side and the value of the expression on the right hand side. The value of this expression has a memory address, and store that memory address in the variable on the left hand side. So this is an expression. Assignment statements like this. The general form of the assignment statement is variable equal to expression. Example for the assignment statements is base equal to 20 and height equal to 12, and the area can be calculated with respect to the two variables base and height. It is multiplied and divided by 2. Definitely we will get the areas value 120. The rule for executing an assignment statement is like this. Evaluate the expression. This produces a memory address and store the memory address in the variable. The variable names has a certain rules in Python. The rules for legal Python names are like this. The names must be start with a letter or an underscore, and names must contain only letters, digits and underscore. Let's see Python operators. What are operators in Python? Operators are special symbols in Python that carry out arithmetic or logical computation. The value that the operator operates on is called the operand. For example, if I am going to add 2 plus 3, definitely we got the answer as 5. Here, this plus symbol or the plus symbol is the operator that performs addition. 2 and 3 are the operands, and 5 is the output of the operation. Already we discussed about the arithmetic operations, that is plus corresponding for addition and minus is corresponding for subtraction, star is used for multiplication, and 2 star is mainly used for exponentiation and division, and also there is an integer division, and there is a modulo expression corresponding for two operands. The comparison operators are used to compare the values. It returns either true or false according to the conditions. You can see here the operator greater than, it's true if left operand is greater than the right, and the case of the less than, true if the left operand is less than the right one. Equal to, you can see the double equal sign is used for this purpose, and the true if both operands are equal, and not equal to, true if both operands are not equal. And like this ways we can express what greater than or equal to symbol as well as less than or equal to symbol. Let's take the example corresponding for the comparison operator. So I am going to declare a variable called x equal to 10, and y is the variable has a value called 12. Then if you want to check this one whether x is greater than or equal to y, and shows that it's false, definitely we can see that the 10 is not greater than 12. And similarly we can check the next condition, and this is true, that means x is less than y. And also we can check the comparison, print x whether it is equal to y, and again it is a false conditions. And next condition, it is not equal to and it is true, and next one, which is very greater than or equal to, again it's false. You can see, is it less than or equal to, definitely it's true. Come to the next operator, that is logical operators. Logical operators are and or not. And here you can see that we are using and is mainly used for and logical operation, not the symbol. And it's true if both operands are true, and this is an example. And similarly we can see that corresponding for or and not. Let's see the example. Again, I'm going to declare x as true and y as false. Okay, so let me check each logical operations. First one is print x and y. Definitely we know the answer as false. Next one, x or y, definitely it's true. And next one is not operation. Definitely the previous one, x is true. Now after the not operations we can see that its value is false. Bitwise operators act on operands as if they were strings of binary digits. They operate bit by bit, hence the name is bitwise operator. For example, 2 is represented as 10 in binary and 7 is represented as 1111. In this table below, we can say that these are the bitwise operators, and AND is mainly used for bitwise and pipe symbol is used for bitwise or, and tilde is used for bitwise not. And you can see that bitwise right shift as well as left shift described in the table. Assignment operators are used in Python to assign values to variables. A equal to 5 is a simple assignment operator that assigns the value 5 on the right to the variable a on the left. There are various compound operations in Python like a plus equal to 5 that adds to the variable and later assigns the same. It is equivalent to a is equal to a plus 5. You can see a table described in this slide for different assignment operators which were used in the case of Python. Come to the special operators. The Python language offers some special types of operators like the identity operator or the membership operator. They are described with some example. First of all, we are going to discuss about identity operators. Is and is not are the identity operators in Python. They are used to check if two values or the two variables are located on the same part of the memory. Two variables that are equal does not imply that they are identical. And here the two operators, one is true if the operands are identical, refer to the same object. And similarly, is not is true if the operands are not identical, do not refer to the same object. So let's discuss it with some example. So I'm going to declare a variable x1 equal to 5 and y1 equal to 5. Okay. And next x2 equal to a string called hello, and y2 equal to hello, and x is list, and also sorry, y3 is again declaring like this. Check when the x1 is not y1 definitely it will be false. Check x is y2. It's true. X2 and is strings the same. Check x length. It's against the false. Here we see that x1 and y1 are integers of same values, so they are equal as well as identical. Same is the case in the case of x2 and y2, both are strings. But in the case of the x3 and y3 are lists. They are equal but not identical. It is because the interpreter locates them separately in memory, although they are equal. Come to the next operator, that is called as membership operators. Here we are going to discuss about two operators. One is in and not in are the membership operators in Python. They are used to test whether the value or variable is found is in a sequence. That means a string, list, tuple, set and dictionary. We will discuss about string, list, tuple and dictionary later sessions. And in a dictionary we can only test for the presence of key, not the value. So for that purpose we are using this membership operators. Let's take the example. I'm going to declare x equal to hello world. Going to declare a dictionary with a key value pair. Definitely we will discuss dictionary in later sessions. And check whether h is in x. If it's true, because h is present over here. Now come to the point, next example, hello not in x. So again it's true because h is a capital letter over here. And come to the point, print 1 in y, again it's true. Check in y, it's false. Here h is in x but it is hello is not being present in x. That means a small hello is not being present. Remember the Python is a case sensitive. Similarly 1 is the key and a is the value corresponding in a dictionary. That means in the case here 1 is the key and this is the value. Okay, hence a is in y returns false. So here ends our sessions regarding with the expressions, variable declarations, statements and execution of a small program.